Okay, so now we're going to be asked to write the equations. So I like to think of the picture myself. Now, a lot of people don't like that. I'm a picture person. So if I have 28, 0, 8, first thing you can think of, and that those are your vertices, you need the center. Well, that's long this way. Find the center. Well, what's the middle between 0 and 20? 10. What's your y coordinate? 8. So right away, you got 10, 8 as your center. So that gives you x minus 10 squared plus y minus 8 squared equals 1. Now you need the numbers underneath those x's and y's. Well, that's number of spaces you moved from the center. Well, to get from 0 to 10 or 10 to 20, you move 10 spaces. So that's your a square root of a squared was 10. So what are you going to put underneath that x number? 10 squared, which is 100. Now for the covertices, really you just need one of them, 10, 16. If you know that's at 10, 16, from 8 to 16 is 8 spaces. 8 spaces squared is 64. Now, other people will just look at that and they'll say, well, my covertices are both at 10. There's different ways to do it, but I sort of like the picture, and using the picture, that's what I would do. So then the second one, vertices are negative 5, 9, negative 5, negative 1. I look at the fact that they're both at negative 5 means that that's not changing. So your center has to be negative 5 something. Well, think of the distance between negative 1 and 9. That's 10 spaces. So where's the middle? 10 divided by 2 is 5 spaces, either up or down, which would take you to 4. So your center is negative 5, 4. Now that those are vertices, so that's long this way. So 5 spots, that's going to go underneath the y because you went up and down. So square that, gives you 25. Now, this one's a little bit harder because it's giving you the foci. So the foci they're telling you are at negative 5, 7 and negative 5, 1. Well, what you want to think is how many spaces is that away from the center? Well, from 4 to 7 or 4 to 1 is 3 spaces. That's C. So C squared equals 9. So then you have to think of the formula. 25 minus b squared has to give you 9. B squared is going to be 16. You don't want to square root it. You want it squared. So that would be your equation for that one. So those are a little bit harder worked out. I'm going to post both videos and just sort of say the one is the equations, one is graphing, one is writing equations.